Shopping mall incident. A terrifying outburst or clever hoax. In this eerie footage, a woman casually browses through a shopping mall, seemingly just another ordinary day. But then, without warning, something shifts. She freezes, her body tense, before suddenly dropping her bags and letting out a chilling scream. Nearby shoppers turn in alarm. One even rushes forward, trying to assist. But here's where things take a bizarre turn. Her screams aren't just loud, they seem to carry an unseen force. The other shoppers stumble backward as if pushed by an invisible wave. Objects on the shelves tremble, some even toppling over. The security camera flickers, distorting the feed as if whatever is happening is interfering with electronics. It's a scene straight out of a supernatural thriller, but before jumping to conclusions, there's reason to believe this might not be as mysterious as it seems. Many suspect it's a carefully staged stunt, possibly a piece of viral marketing designed to grab attention. Real or not, one thing is certain. The unsettling footage leaves viewers with more questions than answers. The levitating vans. Unseen force or clever trick. In this puzzling footage from China, two vans approach an intersection, moving as expected, until something impossible happens. Without warning, both vehicles suddenly lift off the ground, as if yanked by an invisible force. They hover for a brief moment before being shoved backward, their tires no longer in control. Pedestrians nearby freeze, caught off guard by the surreal sight. There are no visible ramps, no strong gusts of wind, just a moment of eerie defiance against the laws of physics. It's the kind of scene that sparks immediate speculation. Could it be an unknown force at play, or is there a logical explanation hidden just out of view? Skeptics point out that similar viral clips have been debunked before, often revealing hidden wires, clever camera angles, or even magnetic interference creating the illusion of levitating vehicles. Could this be another well-executed hoax? Whether real or staged, the footage remains as captivating as it is mysterious. The vanishing of Lars Mittank. A mystery without answers. On June 30th, 2014, 28-year-old Lars Mittank set off on what should have been a carefree vacation with friends to Golden Sands, Bulgaria. But what began as a typical holiday quickly turned into one of the most baffling disappearances in modern history. During the trip, Lars got into a fight that left him with a ruptured eardrum. A doctor advised him not to fly, so while his friends returned home, he stayed behind to recover. That's when things took a strange turn. He began sending unsettling texts to his mother, claiming he was being followed and that he didn't feel safe. He mentioned 4 men, but no one knows who they were, or if they even existed. Then came the chilling final moments caught on security cameras at Varna Airport. The footage shows Lars entering the terminal, seemingly agitated. Then, without warning, he bolts, sprinting out of the building, through the parking lot, and over a fence before vanishing into the nearby woods. He was never seen again. Despite extensive searches and countless theories, his fate remains unknown. Was he suffering from paranoia brought on by injury or medication? Was he truly being followed? Or did something more sinister happen? The disappearance of Lars Mittank remains an enduring mystery, one that continues to haunt those who search for answers. The Haunting of Room 209, chilling footage or clever hoax. This eerie footage, supposedly recorded in 2003, comes from a hotel's CCTV system. It begins with a routine security check, but what unfolds is anything but ordinary. A staff member is dispatched to investigate disturbing screams coming from room 209, a room that, according to hotel records, should be completely empty. Nears the door, the cries grow louder, sending a shiver down the spine of anyone watching. Over the radio, another staff member urges him to wait for the police. But despite the warning, he pushes forward, unlocking the door and stepping inside. That's when something truly bizarre happens. A ghostly, shadowy figure appears to slip out of the room, floating down the hallway as the overhead lights flicker wildly. Moments later, the staff member stumbles back into the hallway, visibly shaken. He reports that no one was inside, but the room tells a different story. The furniture is overturned, the carpet is torn up, and the shower is inexplicably running. Real or staged, the footage has left many viewers unnerved. While skeptics argue it's an elaborate hoax, others believe it could be genuine proof of the supernatural. Either way, the mystery of Room 209 continues to spark debate and send chills down the spines of those who dare to watch. The Men in Black hotel visit, government agents, or something else. On October 14, 2009, an unusual sighting was reported near a hotel. Two witnesses claimed to have seen a massive triangular object hovering silently in the sky. But the real mystery began after the sighting, when two strange men arrived at the hotel, allegedly searching for those witnesses. Security footage captures the eerie duo as they enter the building, dressed in identical black suits and moving with an unsettling stiffness. Hotel staff who interacted with them later described them as deeply unnatural. They were unnervingly pale, completely devoid of eyebrows or eyelashes, and their facial features seemed eerily identical. One staff member even noted that their hair appeared to be artificial, as if they were wearing wigs. But the most disturbing detail? Their large, unblinking blue eyes, which seemed almost too intense, too unnatural, to be human. Adding to the unease, the man on the left appears to struggle with walking, his movements oddly mechanical. Who were these men? Were they government agents sent to suppress knowledge of the sighting? Or were they something far stranger, something beyond human comprehension? Without further evidence, and what it revealed only deepened the mystery. In the chilling video, Lam is seen behaving erratically. She steps in and out of the elevator, pressing multiple buttons, peeking into the hallway as if she's hiding from something or someone. At times, she appears to gesture and communicate with an unseen presence. The footage, which quickly went viral, left viewers unsettled. Was she experiencing paranoia, or was something far more sinister at play? The case took an even darker turn when hotel guests began complaining about low water pressure and a strange discoloration in their tap water. Maintenance workers checked the rooftop water tanks, and inside one of them, they made a horrifying discovery. Elisa Lam's body was floating in the water. The autopsy ruled her death an accidental drowning, citing no signs of foul play. But that explanation raised more questions than answers. How did she access the locked rooftop? How did she get into the sealed water tank, which had no easy point of entry? Was it simply a tragic accident, or does something more unsettling lurk beneath the surface? Even today, the case of Elisa Lam remains one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries in modern history. The Vanishing Man. Dashcam footage or digital illusion? A routine drive in Russia turned into something out of a paranormal thriller when dashcam footage captured a bizarre and unsettling event. As a semi-trailer moves down a quiet road, a man in a white lab coat appears, seemingly out of nowhere, right in front of the speeding truck. The driver swerves in a desperate attempt to avoid him, barely managing to regain control. Strangely, the man seems completely unfazed. Without hesitation, he calmly continues walking, disappearing into the vast emptiness of the surrounding field. No signs of a nearby building, no vehicle, no logical reason for him to be there. To many, this clip appears to show something unexplainable, a possible teleportation or a ghostly figure crossing into our reality. However, closer examination of the footage suggests a more rational explanation. The sudden appearance may actually be a digital illusion caused by compression artifacts or low-resolution video processing, making the man seem to materialize out of thin air. Was this an ordinary pedestrian caught at just the right moment to create a visual trick? Or was there something more unusual about this mysterious figure in the lab coat? Whatever the case, this eerie clip continues to spark debate among those who watch it. The Witch of Delray. Fact or fiction? In 2014, a police officer known only as Ted uploaded a chilling video from one of his patrols. Responding to a disturbance near an abandoned house, he heard strange noises coming from inside. As he cautiously approached the decaying structure, something caught his eye. An old newspaper clipping left conspicuously near the entrance. The headline? A shocking reference to Rose Verries, the so-called Witch of Delray, an alleged serial killer from the 1930s accused of murdering up to 12 men. But before Ted could process the eerie discovery, something even more unsettling happened. In the dimly lit window of the house, a pale, ghostly face briefly appeared. The sight sent a jolt of fear through him. Was it a trick of the light, a squatter, or something far more sinister? According to the legend, Verries was a terrifying figure, an alleged murderer whose neighbors were supposedly too afraid to testify against her. But there's just one problem. No verifiable historical records of Rose Verries exist. The stories about her seem to be internet folklore, circulating without any concrete evidence. So, was Ted's footage a real encounter with the supernatural, or just a well-crafted hoax playing on a fictional legend? While the video continues to intrigue viewers, one thing is certain: the mystery of the Witch of Delray remains just that, a mystery. The Girl in Red, Taiwan's ghostly urban legend, caught on camera? In 2015, a chilling piece of CCTV footage from Taiwan surfaced, leaving viewers unsettled. Amid heavy rain, a man is seen walking toward his parked motorbike. Nothing seems unusual until a young girl in a red dress suddenly appears nearby. As another motorbike speeds past, something eerie happens. The vehicle's wheels seem to pass right through the girl, as if she isn't there at all. Yet she remains, standing motionless in the rain, an ominous presence, watching the scene unfold. This video immediately sparked connections to a well-known Taiwanese urban legend, the Girl in Red. According to folklore, those who encounter her are doomed to misfortune or even death. Some believe she is a wandering spirit, forever trapped between worlds, appearing only to the unlucky few who cross her path. However, skepticism surrounds the footage. Many experts suggest it is nothing more than a digitally manipulated hoax designed to play into the legend and spread online fear. Was this truly an apparition caught on camera, or simply a clever illusion? Regardless of the explanation, the unsettling image of the Girl in Red lingers in the minds of those who watch. The Shadow in the Hospital. Paranormal encounter or hoax? Late one night in a hospital in Guadalajara, Mexico, an unsettling event was captured on video. As orderlies go about their routine, an eerie, shadowy figure glides past a nearby window. Within moments, a table in the room begins to move, seemingly on its own. Startled and overwhelmed by fear, the hospital workers waste no time. They abandon the room, leaving behind the unexplained disturbance. The footage has since fueled speculation of supernatural activity, with many suggesting it could be the restless spirit of a former patient or a lingering presence from the hospital's past. However, without additional context or evidence, skepticism remains high. Could this be a well-crafted hoax, staged to play on fears of haunted hospitals, or was something truly unexplainable lurking in the corridors that night? Have you ever witnessed something unexplainable? Tell your story in the comments. The floating city of Foshan. Optical illusion or glimpse into another world? In 2015, residents of Foshan, China, were left stunned as a mysterious sight appeared in the sky. what looked like an entire city, complete with towering skyscrapers, floating among the clouds. Captured on video and even featured on Chinese news, the spectacle quickly fueled wild speculation. Some believed it was evidence of Project Blue Beam, a rumored secret experiment involving massive holographic projections. Others took a more supernatural angle, suggesting it could be a gateway to another dimension, briefly revealing a parallel world. Interestingly, similar footage had surfaced in 2011, adding to the mystery. Could this be proof of hidden technology, a government experiment, or something beyond human comprehension? Despite the eerie appearance, scientists offer a more grounded explanation. A fata morgana, a rare and complex mirage caused by atmospheric conditions bending light in a way that distorts or projects distant objects. This optical illusion can make land masses or buildings appear to hover above the ground, or in this case, the sky. So, was this truly a floating metropolis, or just nature playing tricks on our eyes? Whatever the truth, the image of a ghostly city suspended in the heavens remains a haunting and unforgettable sight. The Cadborosaurus. The Cadborosaurus, often called Caddy, is one of North America's most enduring cryptid legends. In 1907, 9 fishermen claimed to have captured an enormous sea creature off the coast of Cadboro Bay, Canada. The creature reportedly had a long, serpentine body, a horse-like head, and flippers, characteristics eerily similar to sea monster sightings spanning centuries. The Cadborosaurus has been spotted from the icy waters of Alaska to the shores of Southern California, with eyewitness accounts describing a creature measuring anywhere from 10 to 50 feet in length. Some suggest Caddy could be an unknown species of marine reptile, a surviving plesiosaur, or even a misidentified whale or oarfish. Despite blurry photos, cryptic carcasses, and anecdotal evidence, no scientific confirmation exists. One of the most debated pieces of evidence is a 1937 report where whalers allegedly discovered a Cadborosaurus inside the stomach of a sperm whale. However, the remains mysteriously vanished before they could be studied. To this day, the photo taken in 1907 remains unexplained. Could Caddy be a real, undiscovered species lurking in the Pacific, or is it just another maritime myth? The mystery of the Cadborosaurus continues to fuel speculation and curiosity. The mysterious suitcase, alien conspiracy, or artistic obsession. In 2013, a Reddit user known as TramStopDan stumbled upon an unusual wooden suitcase discarded in a trash bin. Curiosity got the best of him, and when he opened it, he found something far stranger than he ever expected. Inside were hand-drawn maps with extraordinary detail, intricate sketches of mechanical devices, and bizarre images that seemed to depict an extraterrestrial event. Alongside these were pages of cryptic writings discussing government conspiracies, alien sightings, and references to one particularly intriguing source, the Book of Ezekiel from the Bible. Fascinated by the discovery, TramStopDan shared his findings on Reddit, and the online community quickly took notice. Some believed the suitcase belonged to someone deeply convinced that Ezekiel's biblical visions, often interpreted as divine encounters, were actually descriptions of alien visitations. Others saw it as an elaborate artistic project, a carefully crafted narrative created by someone with an obsessive imagination. Though no real evidence supported the theory, the sheer amount of work and detail put into the suitcase's contents was undeniable. Was it the ramblings of a conspiracy theorist, a lost manuscript of an unknown researcher, or just a forgotten piece of immersive storytelling? Whatever the truth, the mystery of the suitcase remains an eerie and fascinating glimpse into the mind of its unknown creator. The Great Sphinx of Giza, an ancient enigma rewritten based on inscriptions and hieroglyphic records found within Egypt. However, recent discoveries suggest that these inscriptions may not be authentic, Some researchers now propose that Khufu, the pharaoh who commissioned the Great Pyramid, may have forged these records, possibly in an attempt to claim credit for a structure built by a forgotten predecessor. One of the most vocal proponents of this theory is Robert Temple, who argues that the true origins of the Sphinx remain shrouded in mystery. If the traditional timeline is incorrect, it could mean that the Sphinx predates the entire Fourth Dynasty, raising questions about who built it, why it was created, and what civilization might have influenced its construction. Could the Sphinx be a relic of an even more ancient society, lost to time? If so, the history of ancient Egypt, and perhaps even human civilization itself, may need to be rewritten. A lost civilization? The megafauna extinction and ancient monuments. The woolly mammoth and other megafauna disappeared around 10,000 years ago, but why? Scientists point to massive wildfires, catastrophic floods, and a sudden ice age as potential causes. But a new discovery may provide the missing link: a massive crater beneath Greenland's ice sheet, possibly the result of a meteor impact. If a meteor struck Earth with enough force, it could have triggered a nuclear winter, drastically altering the climate and leading to widespread extinctions. This impact aligns with the disappearance of megafauna and, curiously, the emergence of early human civilizations. Could this catastrophe have wiped out an advanced pre-Egyptian civilization, forcing survivors to rebuild? Some researchers argue that the Great Sphinx and pyramids may be much older than traditionally believed, with the Egyptians merely adopting and restoring structures left by a forgotten past. If true, our understanding of ancient history could be completely rewritten. Do you think history is hiding more secrets from us? Let's discuss in the comments. The Hot Tub of Despair, a deadly underwater lake. Deep in the Gulf of Mexico, 3,300 feet beneath the surface, lies a deadly underwater lake known as the Hot Tub of Despair. This toxic brine pool is a dense, isolated body of water filled with highly concentrated salt and dissolved methane, creating a lethal environment for any marine life that ventures too close. Unlike the surrounding seawater, this briny mixture is so dense that it forms a distinct underwater lake, complete with its own shoreline and waves. Discovered by researchers from Temple University using deep-sea submersibles, this extreme environment remains one of the ocean's most intriguing natural phenomena. The pool is surrounded by a thick wall of mussels, an unusual biological formation that appears to act as a natural barrier, helping to contain the toxic waters. These mussels have adapted to survive near the brine pool, likely forming a unique ecosystem supported by chemosynthetic bacteria. Scientists continue to study these rare anomalies to understand their impact on deep-sea ecosystems and their potential connections to life in extreme environments beyond Earth. By exploring such hostile conditions, researchers gain insight into how life might survive in extraterrestrial oceans, such as those beneath the icy crusts of Jupiter's moon Europa. Earthquake lights, a mysterious phenomenon. For centuries, eyewitnesses have described strange, flickering lights appearing in the sky before or during earthquakes, often in regions of intense tectonic activity. Once dismissed as mere hallucinations, these luminous phenomena, now referred to as earthquake lights, have been captured on video and studied alongside major seismic events, adding credibility to the reports. Despite mounting evidence, the cause of earthquake lights remains a mystery. Some speculate a supernatural origin, linking the lights to omens or unexplained forces. Others favor scientific explanations, such as the positive holes model, which suggests that stress in the Earth's crust releases electrical charges, ionizing the air and creating glowing effects. Another theory proposes that shifting tectonic plates generate strong electromagnetic fields, resulting in visible discharges of light. However, none of these hypotheses have been definitively proven. As researchers continue to analyze these puzzling events, earthquake lights remain one of nature's most enigmatic occurrences. Understanding them could not only unlock new insights into seismic activity, but also potentially help predict earthquakes, offering an invaluable tool for disaster preparedness. Until then, these ghostly illuminations continue to fascinate and bewilder scientists and the public alike. Valiant Thor, the alien at the Pentagon. The story of Valiant Thor is one of the most bizarre and controversial UFO conspiracy theories to emerge from the 20th century. Allegedly, in 1957, a humanoid extraterrestrial from Venus landed in Alexandria, Virginia, and was quickly escorted to Washington, D.C., where he met President Dwight D. Eisenhower and top Pentagon officials. According to believers, Thor was a highly intelligent being who came to offer Earth a future free of disease, war, and energy shortages. However, the legend takes a darker turn. Reports claim that Thor possessed telepathic abilities, using mind control to manipulate those around him, induce hallucinations, and gain unrestricted access to classified government documents. Eisenhower, wary of a world without struggle, supposedly rejected Thor's offer. Skeptics argue that Venus is an uninhabitable planet with extreme temperatures and crushing atmospheric pressure, making Thor's claims highly dubious. The story grows even more dramatic with the claim that a U.S. general, unaffected by Thor's mind control, threatened him with a nuclear bomb. Thor then revealed that 77 other extraterrestrials were already in the U.S., with many more embedded worldwide. Whether a carefully crafted hoax or a suppressed truth, the legend of Valiant Thor remains an enduring mystery in UFO conspiracy lore. Could Valiant Thor's story be real, or is it just another UFO conspiracy? What do you think? The Sphinx and Anubis, a forgotten past? The Great Sphinx of Giza may not have always had a human face. Evidence suggests that Pharaoh Khufu modified an older structure, possibly recarving the head from a much larger original form. The disproportionately small head compared to the massive body has puzzled researchers for decades, hinting that it may have once depicted something else entirely. Ancient hieroglyphics in the Temple of Amenhotep II described the original deity of Giza as Anubis, the jackal-headed god of the underworld. A similar jackal-headed sphinx shrine appears in Tutankhamun's tomb, reinforcing the theory that the Sphinx originally represented Anubis, not a human pharaoh. The inscriptions crediting Khufu with the Sphinx's creation may have been forgeries, written centuries later to rewrite history. Even older records add to the mystery. A pre-dynastic pharaoh recorded the burial of his royal dog before the great god Anubis, suggesting that the Sphinx may predate dynastic Egypt itself. Could it have been a sacred guardian long before the pyramids were built? More intriguing clues come from strange animal remains unearthed across Egypt. The ancient Egyptians revered animals, believing them to be embodiments of their gods. In one 6,000-year-old cemetery, archaeologists discovered a collection of exotic creatures: ostriches, crocodiles, leopards, and even an extinct species of woolly mammoth. Some researchers speculate this could have been the world's first zoo. If the Sphinx originally depicted Anubis, it would rewrite history, suggesting an advanced civilization existed long before the rise of the pharaohs. Could this forgotten past be hiding in plain sight? These photos scared the entire world. 20 photos that scientists cannot explain. They say the camera never lies, but what about the photos that leave even experts baffled? In a world where image manipulation is a click away, some photographs still manage to defy explanation. From eerie masks to mysterious events, these images stir up more questions than answers. The Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a 1900 shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera, is regarded as the world's first analog computer. Dated to around the 2nd century BCE, this complex device, made up of gears and inscriptions, reveals an advanced understanding of astronomy. It could predict eclipses and track celestial movements, suggesting technology far beyond what was thought possible for its time. Although much research has been conducted, the full range of its functions remains unclear, leaving the Antikythera mechanism as a fascinating reminder of ancient technological sophistication. The fairy circles of Namibia. In the Namib Desert of Namibia, there's a strange phenomenon that both scientists and tourists find fascinating: fairy circles. These are round patches of land where nothing grows, surrounded by low grass, creating a honeycomb pattern when seen from above. The circles vary in size, some just a few meters across, others stretching much farther. They cover large areas throughout Namibia. While local legends say the circles are made by gods or are divine footprints, scientists have different theories. Some believe termites, plant competition, gas leaks, or even radioactivity could be the cause. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is one of history's greatest puzzles. Discovered in 1912 by Polish-Lithuanian bookseller Wilfrid Voynich, this 15th-century book is filled with strange illustrations and text in a language no one can understand. The pages feature bizarre drawings of plants, astronomical charts, and strange pharmaceutical preparations. Some of the plants depicted don't resemble any known species, and the star maps don't match anything modern astronomers recognize. Over the years, people have suggested it could be everything from a medical guide to an alchemical manuscript, or even a work of fictional storytelling. Despite countless attempts to crack the code, no one has succeeded in deciphering the text or fully explaining the illustrations. The Voynich manuscript continues to captivate and mystify, pulling us into a world of secrets and unanswered questions. The Black Knight satellite is a mysterious object that some believe has been orbiting Earth and sending signals since the 1950s. Some theories even suggest it's over 13,000 years old, originating from a lost alien civilization. The story began in 1899, when reports emerged about strange signals from space. Nikola Tesla claimed to have received similar extraterrestrial signals that same year. In 1954, astronomers in Peru and at Grumman Aircraft Corporation detected unusual repetitive signals. Despite these intriguing events, mainstream science has not confirmed the satellite's existence. Still, the Black Knight continues to spark curiosity and speculation about its origin and purpose. Creature of the Cave. In the 1990s, a tourist visiting a cave in Ras Al Khaimah, UAE, took a photograph that would leave many unsettled. The image seems to show an unusual creature partly hidden in the shadows. After the photo was taken, the group reportedly heard a boy's scream echoing from deep within the cave. Authorities arrived, and a search uncovered a body hidden in a cave recess. Who, or what, the creature in the photo is, and its connection to the body remains a mystery. Some believe the photo could point to an undiscovered species, while others think it might just be a shadow or a staged shot. Whatever the truth, this eerie incident continues to spark curiosity about what might be lurking in unexplored dark places. The Patterson-Gimlin film. One of the most talked about pieces of evidence for cryptids is the Patterson-Gimlin film, shot in 1967 in Northern California. Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin captured a large, hairy creature walking through a clearing, believed by some to be Bigfoot. The footage has been studied endlessly, but the debate over its authenticity never ends. Skeptics think it could be someone in a costume, while those who believe in Bigfoot argue the creature's movements and build suggest it's more like an unknown primate than a human. Whether it's a hoax or a groundbreaking discovery, the Patterson-Gimlin film still stirs up excitement and speculation about creatures lurking in the wild, yet to be fully understood. The Hook Island Sea Monster. The sea is home to its own share of mysteries, and one of the most intriguing is the Hook Island Sea Monster. In 1964, a man named Robert Le Serec took a photo while vacationing in Australia that shows a massive creature, resembling a giant tadpole, in the shallows of Stonehaven Bay on Hook Island. The creature, estimated to be around 20-25 meters long, is seen with a distinguishable head, eyes, and a long, sinuous body. Some believe it could be a surviving prehistoric creature, like a plesiosaur, or a giant unknown species of eel or ray. Others think it was a hoax, possibly a plastic sheet weighted down to look like a sea monster. Despite the skepticism, the photograph has captured the imagination of many, making the Hook Island sea monster one of the most enduring mysteries in the world of cryptozoology. Nina Kulagina. In the 1960s, Nina Kulagina gained attention in the Soviet Union for her alleged psychokinetic powers. Under strict laboratory conditions, she appeared to move objects and manipulate equipment with just her mind. Soviet scientists studied her abilities at the USSR Academy of Sciences, documenting her feats on secret films. Though her talents didn't make her internationally famous due to Cold War secrecy, they stunned those who witnessed them and questioned scientific norms. Skeptics claimed she used tricks, but no one could reproduce her feats. Some even wondered if her abilities hinted at untapped potential in human consciousness, leaving her a mystery that still fascinates today. The Solway Firth spaceman, captured in 1964 during a family outing by Jim Templeton, remains one of the most intriguing photographs in modern history. While photographing his daughter in a field near Solway Firth, Templeton unknowingly captured an unexpected figure in the background resembling a spaceman. The figure, wearing white clothing and a helmet, sparked widespread speculation. Templeton swore no one else was present at the time. Investigations by Kodak and the police found no signs of tampering. Experts later proposed that the figure might have been Templeton's wife, accidentally appearing in the frame with an overexposed blue dress. Despite these explanations, the photograph has become iconic, fueling theories about aliens, time travelers, and unexplained phenomena. The Eilean Mor Lighthouse Keepers. The disappearance of the Eilean Mor Lighthouse Keepers in 1900 is one of maritime history's greatest mysteries. 3 keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, vanished without a trace from the remote Flannan Isles. The Ghost in the Back Seat. In 1959, Mabel Chinnery visited her late mother's grave at a cemetery. During her visit, she took a photo of her husband sitting in the front seat of their car. However, when the photo was developed, a chilling surprise emerged. A figure was clearly visible in the back seat. Chinnery believed it was the spirit of her deceased mother. A photography expert later examined the image, confirming that it had not been altered or subjected to double exposure. The eerie figure remained a mystery. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines, massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor in Peru by the ancient Nazca civilization, have puzzled people for centuries. When viewed from above, these giant drawings, featuring animals, plants, and geometric patterns, become clearly visible. What's so mysterious is that the Nazca people, who lived nearly 2,000 years ago, created these intricate designs that can only be fully appreciated from the air, a perspective they couldn't have had. Scientists are still unsure why or how the Nazca created these vast works of art. Some theories suggest religious or astronomical reasons, like using the lines as an observatory or a map for water sources. Others think they were part of rituals to call for rain. But no theory fully explains how the lines were made so accurately on such a large scale, or why certain symbols were chosen. Some even speculate the lines were alien landing sites or a giant astronomical calendar. The Piri Reis map, created by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis in 1513, has baffled historians and scientists ever since its discovery. The map shows parts of Europe, North Africa, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Americas, along with an astonishing depiction of Antarctica. What's particularly mysterious is how accurately it represents the Americas, especially South America, considering that European knowledge of the New World was still emerging at the time. Even more puzzling is the map's portrayal of Antarctica free of ice, something believed to have occurred only around 6,000 years ago, long before the map was made. How could Piri Reis have known this? Some believe the map was based on ancient sources that no longer exist, possibly from a lost civilization with advanced map-making skills. Others suggest that the map's details are a result of educated guesses or misinterpretations. The time-traveling hipster. In 2010, a peculiar photograph from 1941 surfaced, showing a crowd at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in Gold Bridge, British Columbia. Among the crowd, one man stood out, earning the nickname Time-Traveling Hipster. He was dressed in modern clothing, a logo t-shirt, hoodie, and sunglasses, along with what appeared to be a modern camera, all of which seemed out of place for the 1941 setting. While experts suggest the clothing and camera could have been common for the era, the man's appearance still strikes an uncanny contrast. The mystery has sparked debates over whether he was a time traveler, an early fashion trendsetter, or simply an optical illusion. Regardless, the time-traveling hipster continues to fascinate and confuse. Paintings and smartphones. Some old paintings and photographs seem to show objects that resemble modern technology. In one painting, a couple by a river appears to exchange a dark rectangle with rounded corners, almost like an old-fashioned smartphone. In another photo, a Native American holds an object that looks like a smartphone, possibly using it to navigate maps. While these objects could be something else, time travel theorists suggest they might be artifacts from different eras. Though the idea is speculative, these images continue to captivate those fascinated by time travel and alien theories. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. Deep in the jungles of Costa Rica, you'll find the mysterious stone spheres. Over 300 of these perfectly round stones are scattered near the Diquís River. Ranging in size from small pebbles to massive rocks over 2 meters wide, they've fascinated scientists for years. What's puzzling is how ancient people managed to craft these stones with such precision. Made of granodiorite, a tough rock, they're hard to break or carve, which raises even more questions. In 1975, Diane and Peter Barlow visited Worstead Church in Norfolk, England, to snap some photos of its interior. When the film was developed, a mysterious white figure appeared in one of the pews. Some believed it to be the ghost of the White Lady, a spirit long associated with the church, which dates back to the 12th century. The Barlows insisted there was no one in the church when the photo was taken, and the vicar confirmed no signs of trickery. Photography experts found no evidence of tampering either. While some skeptics suggest the figure could be a light reflection or an out-of-frame person, many consider this image one of the most convincing pieces of evidence for a ghostly presence. It remains a topic of fascination for paranormal researchers and enthusiasts. The Billy the Kid croquet photo is one of the most debated images in American history. Purchased for just $2 in 2010 from a memorabilia store, the tintype photograph is said to show Billy the Kid and his gang, the Regulators, playing croquet. If authentic, it would be only the second confirmed image of the infamous outlaw, making it potentially worth millions. However, its authenticity is still in question. Facial recognition software has suggested a match between the figure in the photo and Billy the Kid, but some historians raise doubts. The most significant criticism comes from the scene itself. The croquet game seems out of character for the rough-and-tumble life of Billy the Kid, who was known for his criminal exploits rather than high society activities. SS Watertown Faces. In 1925, the crew of the SS Watertown experienced a chilling encounter while passing through the Panama Canal. 2 crew members, who had tragically died earlier that year from gas fumes while cleaning a cargo tank, seemingly appeared in the water as ghostly faces. The faces of the deceased men rose from the water, staring up at the crew. Keith Tracy, a fellow crew member, managed to capture the eerie moment in a photograph that quickly gained national attention. The Christian Science Monitor confirmed the photo had not been altered or manipulated. While some believed this was evidence of the men's spirits returning, others argued it was merely an optical illusion or a play of light. The Phoenix Lights. On March 13, 1997, the Phoenix Lights event became one of the most notable UFO sightings ever. That night, thousands of people across Arizona saw a large, silent craft moving slowly across the sky. Some described it as a huge saucer, while others thought it looked like a V-shaped formation with bright lights. The object traveled for miles before disappearing. The incident caught media attention, and even Arizona's governor at the time, Fife Symington, reported seeing it. Symington later criticized the federal government for not taking the event seriously. The U.S. Air Force claimed the lights were just flares from a training exercise, but many witnesses disagree, insisting the explanation doesn't fit what they saw. The construction of the Eiffel Tower. This photo from 1887 shows the Eiffel Tower under construction for the Paris Exposition. Built in just over 2 years, the tower was a huge engineering feat. When finished in 1889, it became the tallest man-made structure in the world, holding that title until 1930. Made from 18,000 metal pieces held together by 2.5 million rivets, all assembled by hand. Even today, its design and construction continue to amaze engineers. This image captures the beginning of what would become one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, loved by people everywhere. The Apollo 14 lunar lights. During the 1971 Apollo 14 mission, NASA released images showing strange light phenomena on the lunar horizon. These glowing lights appeared to move between different photos, puzzling many. Astronauts Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell both reported seeing these lights from miles away, ruling out camera lens reflections. Several theories have been suggested, like sunlight bouncing off lunar minerals, electrostatic discharges, or outgassing. However, none of these fully explain the light's fixed positions, clear edges, or shifting appearance. The Apollo 14 lunar lights remain one of the most intriguing and unresolved mysteries of space exploration, sparking ongoing curiosity and speculation. The 1911 airship photograph, taken over Huntington, West Virginia, continues to be one of aviation history's most perplexing mysteries. The image depicts a massive airship hovering above the city, its design notably advanced for the early 20th century. Featuring a streamlined shape, multiple propellers, and ample capacity for passengers, the airship's construction is far beyond the typical primitive airships and small balloons of the time. Additionally, it predates the first Zeppelin-type airship by several years, adding to its enigmatic nature. The Ghost of Hampton Court. Hampton Court Palace, known for its eerie reputation, drew renewed attention in 2003 when CCTV cameras captured an unexplained ghostly figure walking through a corridor. This marked the first documented photographic evidence of the palace's hauntings. The technician who reviewed the footage confirmed its authenticity, ruling out any tampering. While some skeptics suggest it could be a glitch or light reflection, the figure's lifelike movements and partial form challenge those explanations. Built in 1529 by King Henry VIII, Hampton Court has long been linked to ghostly sightings. This CCTV footage only adds to its legacy as a place of paranormal intrigue. Phantom Girl. A set of vintage photographs from early 20th century Russia features a strange phenomenon. A young girl appears in every single one, despite different locations, angles, and distances. Her clothing, hat, and serious expression are the same in each image. She doesn't seem to interact with anyone else in the photos, suggesting she wasn't part of the original scenes. Some believe she could be a ghost captured on film. This eerie presence has sparked various supernatural theories about her identity and origins, adding to the ongoing mystery surrounding these haunting images. Old lady in nursing home. In the mid-1990s, as this woman settled into a nursing home, her family snapped a photo of her. But when the picture was developed, something unexpected appeared in the background: the faint figure of a man. Upon closer inspection, the elderly woman insisted it was her late husband, who had passed away 13 years before. The family was adamant that no one else had been in the room when the photo was taken. The Babushka Lady is a mysterious figure tied to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. She was seen in several photos near Dealey Plaza before and after the shooting, seemingly filming the motorcade while wearing a headscarf, a style typical of Russian women. It's believed she may have captured crucial footage of the event. However, despite her prominent presence, her identity remains a mystery, and no film from her camera has ever surfaced. Her disappearance, along with the missing evidence, continues to fuel conspiracy theories and intrigue surrounding JFK's assassination. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. The Dyatlov Pass Incident is one of the creepiest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers in Russia's Ural Mountains met a terrifying end under strange and unexplained circumstances. To make it even more chilling, photos found on their cameras add to the mystery. One photo shows a blurry figure in the trees, often called the Yeti shot. The Ubaid lizard figurines. The Ubaid lizard figurines are one of archaeology's most puzzling discoveries. Found at the ancient site of Al Ubaid in Iraq, these terracotta figurines date back to around 4000–5000 BCE, long before the Sumerians. What makes them so strange is their mix of human and reptilian features: elongated heads, almond-shaped eyes, and scaly skin. Some even show lizard-like figures doing everyday things like caring for babies or holding staffs, which might indicate leadership. The mystery of the Pteranodon. In 1864, amid the chaos of the American Civil War, 6 soldiers reported an astonishing encounter near Vicksburg. They claimed to have shot down an unknown bird or monster. The creature captured in their photograph bore a striking resemblance to a Pteranodon, a massive flying reptile that once soared across North America during the Cretaceous period. The Chilean creature. A mysterious photo from Chile shows 2 men on horseback in a forest, with a small creature featuring an oversized head seemingly appearing beneath them. Some analysts believe the figure might be an extraterrestrial being, while skeptics suggest it could be a toddler crossing the path, creating the illusion of being under the horses. The photo's blurry and grainy quality makes it difficult to discern the true nature of the figure, sparking debate over whether it's an alien or just a case of perspective distortion. This ongoing mystery continues to intrigue and challenge those trying to explain it. The Nampa figurine. In 1889, workers drilling a well in Nampa, Idaho, unearthed a small clay figurine at a depth of 320 feet. Known as the Nampa figurine, it depicts a female form and appears man-made. The artifact's discovery in rock layers dating back 2 million years challenges conventional timelines, as humans were not thought to have existed in that era. Some suggest it could be evidence of an ancient civilization, while others believe it may be a later artifact displaced by natural processes. The Nampa figurine remains a fascinating and unresolved mystery in archaeology. The Madonna with St. Giovannino, UFO. In the 15th century painting, The Madonna with St. Giovannino, by Domenico Ghirlandaio, an unusual element in the background has sparked debate. While the focus is on the Virgin Mary and the infant John the Baptist, over her left shoulder, a glowing object can be seen in the sky, observed by a man and his dog. Some suggest this could be a UFO, given its shape and radiant glow, raising questions about extraterrestrial life. Experts, however, interpret it as a divine symbol, such as an angel, or the Star of Bethlehem, common in religious art of the time. The true nature of this object remains a mystery, making the painting a subject of ongoing speculation. The Levitating Man. In the 1920s, a photograph surfaced that shocked many by seemingly showing a man levitating. The image captures Colin Evans, a spiritualist medium known for holding seances in the dark, with a flash camera illuminating the scene. In the photo, Evans appears to be floating in mid-air, while the astonished onlookers watch in disbelief. Time travel, memento left in Chinese tomb. In 2008, archaeologists in Shaanxi County, China, uncovered a sealed tomb that had remained untouched for over 400 years. Inside the coffin, they discovered an astonishing object, a small wristwatch-like item with the time frozen at 10:06. Strangely, the word Swiss was engraved on the back. Could this be a cleverly staged marketing stunt, or is it the inadvertent evidence of a time traveler's blunder? A family photo from the 1950s, taken by the Coopers, became famous for a ghostly figure that appears to be hovering behind them. The image shows the family of four smiling, with a dark, blurry shape suspended in mid-air just behind them. The family insisted no one else was there during the photo. Paranormal investigators saw it as strong evidence of an apparition, while skeptics suggested it might be a doll, acrobat, or a result of double exposure. The mystery of the figure's origin has sparked debate, making it a fascinating case for ghost enthusiasts and a puzzle for skeptics alike. The Ghost Pilot. In 1987, a woman named MS visited an airfield in England and took a photograph of herself in a plane cockpit as a keepsake. To her surprise, when the photo was developed, it showed a man sitting beside her in the pilot's seat, appearing to be a World War II pilot, wearing a vintage jacket and hat. MS was certain no one else was there at the time. Paranormal experts suggested the figure could be the spirit of a pilot who had died during the war, still lingering in the cockpit. The Fresno Nightcrawlers. The Fresno Nightcrawlers are among the most bizarre cryptids to date. First seen in surveillance footage from Fresno, California in 2005, the creatures appear as short, white legs walking across a lawn with no visible torso or arms. A similar sighting was later captured in Yosemite National Park. The strange shape and movement have sparked theories ranging from video manipulation to extraterrestrial beings, local folklore, or cryptid organisms. Despite skepticism, the footage continues to captivate mystery enthusiasts, fueling ongoing speculation about these otherworldly figures. Geophone Rock Anomaly. During the Apollo 17 mission in 1972, astronaut Eugene Cernan captured a NASA photo that sparked fascination. The image showed what appeared to be pyramid-like formations on the moon's surface. Some people believe these shapes could be the remains of ancient alien structures, while others suggest they're simply hills casting odd shadows. NASA has never officially commented on these formations, leaving the mystery unsolved. With no higher resolution images or further investigation, the debate continues. The photo fuels curiosity about whether these shapes are evidence of extraterrestrial presence or just unusual lunar topography. Do these anomalies hint at lost knowledge, hidden truths, or something beyond our understanding? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the unexplained,